It is time, yet again, for another episode of Random Video Game Repair. It has been a while since I got one of these out, because there's been so many hurdles to overcome lately, but we're back at it again. William will select the game. Take it away, William. Original Game Boy. Good boy, William. Round of applause for William. Let's see what game we're going to work on today. And the game is going to be Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. Beautiful. Let's get at it. How do we look? Is it legitimate? Can't. Oh, there's the Boston numbers. It's 22. Okay, and case is broken. Let's test it out. Okay, no Nintendo logo at all. Receipt. Nope, nothing. All right, first thing we do, clean the pins. Actually, technically, first thing we do is take it apart. We just put this screw away, nice and organized. And pop this open. Interesting. Would you look at that? That is weird. Right off the bat, we can tell that the solder mask is being eaten away, and there's a break right there. Okay. Why is this getting eaten away? I think there's a break here too. Yeah, you can tell there's a break here, I think. And definitely a break here. Interesting. You can definitely tell some copper here. This looks really weird. There's definitely copper here. Let's go ahead and use some glass top cleaner on these areas and just check how it looks afterwards. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, first pass through, and yeah, that's getting a lot of gunk up. Set these contacts up again with this, and
check them. Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Christmas time each year.
Definitely getting some dark gray up. Alright, clean Q-tip. Alright, let's see here. And then we're going to work on those contacts as well. Still picking up some gray, but here's the contacts now. It's interesting. It looks like the gold plating is gone even before we started doing this. So we have this copper. And these are usually gold plated, then nickel plated, and then copper. But it almost looks like the gold plating was gone before we even touched it. Interesting. I'm assuming this is copper and not just gold plating. Whatever happened to this thing, it did a number on it. Go ahead and clean this with a little more glass top cleaner and polish. Go ahead and work on these areas. This will help us determine where all these breaks are happening and stuff. I'm getting something coming up too from this area. Who knows? Maybe these breaks were just dirty points on the board. Let's say motherboard, but that didn't sound right. Just keep on cleaning. You know, it occurs to me we haven't looked at the back either. We'll check that out in a moment. A little bit of something maybe here. Other than that, looks fine. We'll go ahead and hit this up with a little bit of glass stovetop cleaner and just see if that's just something or not. Interesting enough, we do have a little bit of green on the Q-tip, so now that is not solder mask. That's something maybe left on there that was corrosive. Okay, well, let's just go and clean this up a little bit with some isopropyl alcohol, 91%. Okay, let's just check this out here. So let's grab the miniature digital microscope. Now let's just see, how does this look? Is that a scratch or is that a break? Probably a scratch here. Nothing obvious yet. Not exactly the most clearest picture, but that's okay. Let's look at this other area, because we were pretty sure that there was a break over here. There we go. Let's see. You know what? That actually looks like it was just a dark spot, maybe. Maybe right there. Maybe. Let's check out the multimeter real quick. Let's grab a Stiffon. When the ends of the probes meet, we get a beep. That means that there is a pathway from one end of the probe to the other end of the probe. So, we want a beep, basically a pathway. So, we want a beep. Okay, this is ground. It's fine. Now this point is, I don't know, maybe a no contact. I don't know, maybe no connect, I mean. Because we don't see it going anywhere. Let's check this one here. Okay, so we have continuity from this point. So we have continuity from this point going all the way up to here. So this point is fine. So let's go ahead and check this point. Now if we don't have a beep, we do have a beep. Okay. So we have a pathway going all the way up to here. So one more look at this one. If this one beeps, then we don't have a break over here. And this one's fine. Completely fine. So it was actually a false positive. Let's look at this area here. And this area. Okay. Multimeter's acting a little up, but I don't think it's a broken trace yet. Maybe. Maybe we got lucky and maybe it just needed the contacts to be cleaned. That'd be funny. Let's see. It's also possible we could have a broken connection on the ROM pin legs here. That's very common. This case is pretty nasty. Let me just see. Is this thing coming up with green? That'd be interesting. This is discoloration. Maybe a little bit of green. I don't think this is going to be saved. Not much we can do here, I don't think. Yeah, nothing really coming up. Might be some sun damage or something. All right, let's go ahead and put this back into its case and test it out. It's kind of cool, that bare copper look. It's kind of cool. All right, follow the Foot Clan. All right. Okay, does she work? Still missing the Game Boy or the Nintendo logo. Okay. All right, so what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to run out to the microscope and we'll go ahead and resolder, reflow the legs on this ROM chip, possibly the mapper chip, probably the mapper chip as well. I don't know if it really needs it, and I think all the stress happens over here, but you'll see if anything. We'll also check and see if there's any breaks in these that we're just not seeing. All right, let's go ahead and flip out on there. All right, let's check this under the microscope, check this ROM chip out here, and see if any of the pins are moving, or the legs. And they actually look pretty solid, but there is some like flaky yellow stuff. I think this might be actually flux. So possibly someone's already been in this. Maybe. And all the legs feel good, even the backside of the legs feel good. I don't see any of them moving. Of course, you know, maybe I'm missing something, so just keep on checking. We'll also check the capacitors here, make sure they're okay. Make sure all these pins on the mapper chip are not moving and solid. Everything looks okay. It's just maybe there's still something to, you know, freshen up the connections. So this spot here actually was just a spot, a little dirty spot. This connection looks perfectly fine, and of course we already have continuity, but these areas look okay. These areas look okay. I don't see any breaks at all. Now what's weird is look at this polka dot pattern on for this copper. It's really weird. I don't know how that would have happened. But yeah, alright, well let's go ahead and refreshen these legs just in case. I meant to get this more over so on the map or the ROM chip here, but I was going to do the capacitor too, but I forgot to actually solder that one. You just gotta add flux everywhere, make sure it sticks onto the pins and the legs, and all the solder flows really nice. And then we're going to come out with our soldering iron and heat all these pins up, make sure they liquefy and they all stick to the metals that they're connected to. We don't want bridging, we just want them to flow onto the pins that they're supposed to. And we'll do the back side of the mapper chip, then the back side of the ROM chip. I don't have a PCB holder, which will probably make things a little bit easier. So I kind of have to switch things around and then go from one end to the other. Then we just go and clean this area up. I think my soldering iron tip is getting oxidized. I probably should get some cleaner or something for it, but it's working fine. Shout out to Dad for buying that soldering iron a few years ago. Radio Shack brand. Still works like a champ. We just gotta solder these pins. Make sure that they're all liquefied and everything is good and flowed nice. To the other side of the mapper chip and just make sure all these have liquefied like Terminator 2, the Terminator 1000, 2000, something. And then we'll go and check the continuity on these things just to make sure, just make 100% sure. And the continuity is good on all of these traces here. Went ahead and tested these traces too, and they were actually fine as well, just to make it extra safe. And then, yeah, all these ones are good too, including the ground. So, we're good. Alrighty. Will it work now? Looks like, I feel like this has been worked on before. Because that yellowish waxy stuff was definitely looking like flux. So, will it work? Will it not work? We'll soon find out. Nope, nothing. Darn. Not a thing. Let's just make sure we're not giving ourselves a weird thing happening here. Let's go ahead and grab the Game Boy Color. Oh, what? Hold up. Let me make sure. Let me put the screw in first, because that was weird. Are we having issues with the Game Boy Advance SP? Let me try it again. With the SP. Maybe it's a screw issue. No. Let's try a different game. Weird. But it's working on this game? How odd. Why is this one working and this one's not? Okay, I'm confused. So why does... I know that this Dr. Mario is bootleg, but why would it work and these other ones don't? And this is working perfectly fine. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. April has been kidnapped by Shredder. Turtles, you must save April. Prime Master Shredder. Splinter. Character dyslexic. Fall of the Foot Clan. It's working. Why is this working perfectly fine? Okay, stage 1, A and B. It's working. Okay, Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo. Stage 1. Woo! Why? I don't understand why this is working here. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Oh, it's working perfectly fine. Bonus stage. 10 chances to find... I don't know. What? Find what? I pressed A! Oh no! 1, 1, 1. Yes. Smaller? Ah. Okay. 0. Smaller. Smaller. How is it... How is that smaller? What do you mean smaller? 3. Smaller. 2. Smaller. 1. Smaller. 0. bigger. What? Bigger than 9? Okay, 121. Big, what? Well, that was confusing. Sure that made sense to somebody. Heck yeah, that's a pretty cool game. Why is this working perfectly in the Game Boy Color? What the heck was that thing? So what is, I mean, why is this working perfectly fine on the Game Boy Color and not the Game Boy, weird. So I am confused. Why is this game working on the Game Boy Color and not on the Game Boy Advanced SP? Weird. It's like it's not registering any games at all. But this game works. And this game's a bootleg, but... Let me try... It's like not registering. For some reason, it's not registering this game. Let me grab another game. Hang on. This one is another one that I've had sitting around for repair for a while. I don't know what's wrong with it. It might be just a bad battery. Let's just swap the batteries out and check it in this one. That would explain why it wasn't working. Does this thing actually turn on? Oh, weird. Oh, this one's dead. I was hoping that we could get a good idea of what's going on here. Why? I don't understand this at all. Is it because it's the case? Like it's got that broken part on it? Let's just try that. Let's just try switching the case out. Okay, we're just putting the Turtles game in this case. So now if this works, then it's the case. Aha! Weird. So it's got to have... Okay, so it's got to have that perfect thing, unless, let me just make sure. We're going to 100% confirm this. So Dr. Mario should not work now. Ah, okay, interesting. We figured it out! Alright, so it was the case that was the problem. So, I would assume, but that's weird. Oh no, I guess it wouldn't be weird. So, okay, so now... Oh, let's try that. Let's try this. So if we put this game, it must be just the SP must be finicky, because if we put this in here, the bootleg Mario, yeah, so it must just be for some odd reason. And when you use your words, hang on. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, in this cartridge reader slot, I'm wondering if it has something that activates, perhaps, maybe some toggle switch thing that allows it to recognize between Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Original, and Game Boy Color games, and that is not getting activated with this case. That's the best that I can come up with. I mean, it would, you think it would work, but it doesn't. So we're gonna need a new back. You know what? Dr. Mario is not that interesting to me. And it's bootleg. We're just gonna still look backing from that. I think that makes sense. Where's the backing? That's the backing. Dr. Mario bootleg will not be able to be played unless it's in a Game Boy, original Game Boy. So it's kind of funny now. I'm kind of wondering, maybe I shouldn't use the Game Boy SP for the original Game Boy game testings. Interesting. That's or at least we know now that if the game is not working, or if it has a broken case, we gotta try it in the other case. There we go. Perfectly works now, and it probably worked before we even did anything. I wonder if that's, I got these games at a huge lot of eBay games, so some of them actually worked. Maybe they just thought it was broken, or maybe they just thought because the case was damaged, they threw it up in that. Alright, now, enough rambling needlessly. Let's go ahead and look up what the Ninja Turtles game Fall of the Foot Clan is on eBay, and then we can close the video. Okay, so looks like if it was in really good condition, it would be about a $15 game. If it was in excellent condition, it could get about 20 to 30, but realistically, it's a $15 game. In the condition it's in, probably more like $10, $12. But yeah, well, we saved another one. Add that one to the collection, or the hoarding. And that will do it for this video. We're going to stick with one game today, and then we will live to fight another day. It was very confusing, but at least we figured it out. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless.